Most people think that you need huge amounts of money to invest each and every month, and my goal for this year is to invest £500 each and every month, and by the end of the year I'll be having 6,000 invested plus interest depending on how the stock market will be going. And my plan for long term is to have 100,000 invested in 10 years. So in this video I'll be showing you guys how my money flows each and every month, which enables me to be able to invest £500 every month without fail. So I don't really have the most perfect budget, but I have non-negotiables when it comes to my budget that I know that I need to stick to each and every month. But in most cases I'm very much flexible and I don't need to deprive myself, and I'll be doing this without a six-figure salary. So I'll be showing you on the screen how my money flows when I get paid each and every month. So this enables me to be able to budget properly. So this is my plan, or the system that I've designed for myself, so that I'm able to budget properly for all my bills to be paid, save and invest, and also maybe go on a holiday once in a year. For me, it means going back to my home country, which is South Africa, for me to see family. But all this can happen if I have a plan in place and I'm able to follow a system to say this is where the money has to go, so that everything just flows properly. So I'll share my screen for you guys to see. So this is how my money flows. So it's my money flow chart for financial independence. That's very important to me. So as you can see, I start by receiving a paycheck less taxes. So when I get my money, obviously my employer would have taken out the taxes, and from that paycheck I have a work pension fund, which also gets deducted from my salary. So apart from me investing and saving each and every month, I also have a work pension. But that's the only big thing that I have. That's why I have decided to say I need to start investing on the side, so that in the future I can match it to the work pension that I do have, so it can be a substantial enough for me to kind of survive. And you need to remember that when it comes to investing, it's not a get rich quick scheme, and I've acknowledged that it's very slow. But for me is to say, okay, I need an extra cushion in the end when I decide to either maybe reduce my hours in the future or decide to stop working and go back to South Africa. It means that I will have some sort of an income, and I don't have to kind of work probably until I'm 60 or 65. So for me, that's the goal. So after my work pension is deducted, I have a current account. That's where my money goes when I get paid. And from that current account, I have 3 accounts, which is the savings account, and an account for paying all my bills and also subscriptions. And I also have an investment account. So in this account, that's where I use it to send money to my brokerage account for me to be able to invest at the end of the month. And from that same account, I use it to invest for the kids. So for the kids at the moment, I just put in £50 each. That's where the money flows from that investment account. It then has an account for kids where I'm just saving small amounts to say if they need something in the future, either for going to university and they need something to start with, they will have a bit of cash. So that's why I have that kids investment account there. So after my money is in the current account, usually I have an account where we pay all our bills. I contribute something in terms of bills there, and then we also use that card also for buying food. We put money in there. We have a separate account that's not our current account that we use for buying food and also just for paying normal day-to-day or monthly expenses. And then I have a savings account, of which in that account I save for long-term goals. For me at the moment, it's for getting a house in South Africa that I will be able to go back to when I do decide to go home for retirement. And from that account, I have an account for an emergency fund. That's where I save each and every month for emergencies. At the moment, my emergency fund, it's kind of in a good place, which is why I've also decided to start investing, because the moment you start investing, you should actually have a bit of an emergency fund so that you don't find yourself withdrawing from your investments before they mature. So for having an emergency fund, it's actually very, very important. So that's mainly how my money flows each and every month. So when the money comes in, it has different categories of where it needs to go. For me, it's savings, paying my bills and subscriptions, and also investments. So on the investments account now, this is where I've committed to say each and every month I need to be investing £500. So that's the goal. So that's how I structure my budget, and I know each and every month when I get paid, this is how my money is going to flow. So I don't let it just sit and say I'll just pay this and that and leave it like that. No, I usually just tell myself, have a plan, direct your money on where it needs to go. That way it makes it easier for me to say I'm sticking to the plan. So this is the system that I've designed for myself this year to make sure that I reach my goals when it comes to my finances. Because for me, in the next 10 years, to be honest, I feel like I need some sort of a flexibility. At that point, I'll be 47 because I'm turning 47 now. So I need some sort of flexibility on either working, maybe I will have to work part-time, or if I feel like, okay, I don't need to work anymore and I need to go back home, it means that I will be having enough money for me to actually live back in South Africa. So that's the goal. And another goal for this year, apart from just investing £500, is to make sure that I find other ways to increase my income. If I do manage to increase my income, at the moment I do have a home bakery business where I sell cakes. So if I do have substantial sales and profit, all that money, I've told myself, it can go towards my investing, or I can top it up on my long-term goal savings, where at this case I'm saving to buy a house back home in South Africa because I can't afford to buy a house here. So the reason why also I'm able to manage to invest that £500 is because I did cut out a lot of stuff that I thought would take away money from me. For example, I don't own a car, or we don't own a car at all. So to be honest, we would have actually allocated that money into getting a car, but we decided to wait because I live in an island. Wherever I want to go, I can use public transport and it's easily accessible. So for me to go to work, I walk. So it's also easier. So that's the plan for myself, to invest each and every month £500. So this is how my money flows. Let me know on the comments below how you direct your money. Thank you for watching. Bye.